And welcome back to centralcoastradio.com. Well, there's nothing better for me than when I walk into a cinema and I see a film that completely surprises me. Now, the film I'm talking about is the new comedy Joyride. Now, I saw a trailer for this and I was kind of interested, but I was kind of worried at the same time about this film. I was kind of worried that this film might be a film that was based at such a young audience that there's no way I'd be able to get anything out of the film. I need not have worried because this is actually the directional debut for a very, very talented filmmaker called Adele Lim. Now, Adele, we say this is her debut, but she's actually worked on some massive films. She's been a writer on films like Raya and the Last Dragon, Crazy Rich Asians. She was also a writer on shows like One Tree Hill. She's got a great pedigree behind her, but this is actually the first time that she's actually directed a feature film, and she has directed, I have to say, one of the funniest comedies I think that I've actually seen in quite a while. Now, this film revolves around a group of friends. Audrey, played by Ashley Park, who was the girl who was always most likely to succeed at school. She was adopted by a white family in America when she was very, very young. And from then, she's just blossomed to the point now where she is at a law firm and about to make partner. Her best friend is Lolo, played by Sherry Cola. Now, she's taken a little bit of a different way about things. She was born to a Chinese family in America. She was always the girl that was in trouble at school. In fact, she was voted most likely to be arrested. She now wants to be an artist, but she is struggling. Her and Audrey have taken very different paths, and although they're still friends, they're on very, very different wavelengths of life. Now, all of a sudden, Audrey is given a task to go to China and close a deal for her law firm. If she does that, she's going to become a partner of the law firm. She decides to take Lolo with her to work to have a little bit of fun, but to also work as an interpreter for her because she actually can't speak Chinese. Now, Lolo invites her weird cousin, Deadeye, played by Sabrina Wu. And there's a little bit of trouble there from the start because Audrey doesn't really like Deadeye, but Lolo wants to take her along. Now, on the flip side of that, Audrey also wants to catch up with her friend from college, Kat, played by Stephanie Zhu, who, after college, went to China and has become a successful television actress there. And that's where the trouble starts because Lolo and Kat do not like each other. They're jealous of the fact that Audrey sees them both as best friends, and as a result, there is friction there from the very start. Now, this is where the fun of this film happens, and I'm going to say fun, but I also should point out that there is a very serious side to this film as well. Once Audrey arrives in China, she finds out that in order to kind of seal this deal, the guy wants to know a little bit about her family. Now, that's a problem for Audrey because, of course, she was adopted. She's never met her birth mother. Lolo, though, kind of wanting to help Audrey, has already done the groundwork to try and set up a meeting between Audrey and her birth mum while they're in China. That begins a journey for them that sees them mistaken for drug dealers, having to act as K-pop stars in order to get through customs, and just a whole range of adventures. Now, the serious side of this film is about not knowing about your past or where you fit in. Audrey, from the outside, looks like a well-adjusted human being. She's doing well in her career. She did well at school. She's happy with her American family, but she doesn't know anything about her Chinese culture. In fact, it's pointed out a lot of times during this film that she doesn't even like eating Chinese food or anything like that. And that, to Lolo, makes her a little bit strange and means that she doesn't feel that she completely fits in. There is a little bit of a journey that happens there off the back of that, and I don't want to go into spoiler territory, but we soon learn that Audrey doesn't fit in more ways than even she originally recognizes. Now, the fun side of this film, I've got to say, this film feels like a female version of American Pie or Road Trip. It has all of that comedy in there that works all the way through the film. You are laughing out loud at this. There's a storyline in there that revolves around Kat that will have you in stitches. It is very, very funny. Even the character of Deadeye, there is so much fun stuff about her. You can't help but liking her, even though she's a little bit weird. But it does have that kind of road trip feeling, like the film, when you're watching this film. And everything works. And I think that's what I love so much about this movie. Adele Lim has done such a great job, not only making the comedy work in this, but also bringing the more serious sides and the bits where it's actually looking at society today work really well. You never feel like you're being preached at when you're watching this film. It is completely, it is one of those films that is completely non-preachy, but at the same time, you are being entertained. It's getting these really serious points across, but you're finding that you're being entertained all the way through. It helps even more that the performances are so good. Ashley Park, Sherry Cola, Sabrine Wu, and Stephanie Hsu are absolutely brilliant in this film. So much so that when the end credits rolled, I wanted more. Like, I would be really, really happy to hear that they are actually going to make a sequel to this film, because I thought that the characters were so well set up that it just really worked. Like I said, the fact that the comedy comes across so well, and it's that outrageous comedy as well. It's not just a serious film with a few comedy lines thrown in there. This is outrageous comedy. Like I said, it's like American Pie meets Road Trip with how funny it is, but it really, really works. This is a film, again, that I can't wait to go back and revisit, because I think I'm going to get even more out of watching it a second time. All of the performers in this film are absolutely amazing. I had the joy of interviewing Ashley Park a few years ago and saw what a down-to-earth actress she was, and such a talented actress, and I'm glad now that she's in a film like this that's just going to take off right around the world. I am fully expecting this to be a film that does so well at the box office that people are going to be talking about it for a long time to come. So if you don't mind an outrageous comedy with a little bit of smut in it, I will warn you, there are some pretty risky adult humor in this film. Go along and check out Joyride. I think it is a really, really good film that a lot of people out there are going to love. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. It's a general release, so it should be showing somewhere near you, but check your local cinema guides for more information on Joyride. 4 out of 5 from me, and you're on centralcoastradio.com.